Tell me more about getting disenchanted with therapy.
I've always been very highly intuitive. I always trust my gut. I always listen to that little inner voice. It has never failed me. I sometimes like to argue with it and try to, want to do things differently. That doesn't usually go well. That's usually with relationships, though, so I think I got to a point where, and at the time, I had had my first kiddo, and I went back to work like almost immediately. I was like, well, I can't stop this train. Like, I just got to keep going back to work, and he'll be fine. And we had a nanny. It was part-time. It was like fine. It was all fine. And then I was like, okay, this is a lot of work. This is, what's the meaning of all this? So a couple things happened. My husband was dabbling in filmmaking and trying to figure out if he wanted to quit his day job as a software developer to pursue his dream of being a filmmaker. So he had written this short film. He was going to, he took a leave of absence from his job to do this over a summer. And I sort of took a break from therapy to be a producer on this and make sure shit was getting done and happening and stuff because, I'm good at that. And, it was kind of a mix of a lot of things. But yeah, I think the biggest thing, I needed some sort of inspiration because everybody was shocked when I took this break because I had been gung-ho, full force. I've been on the board of the Texas Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. I was all in all the time. And people were like, are you ever going to go back to this? And I was like, I don't know. And they're like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. I just need a break. I just need to figure some shit out. And it more professionally. So it was really about, I started reading more, let's say, metaphysical stuff, trying to understand for me, I don't know if you've had any therapists since me, and if
I
you've
have.
been, and I hope that they've been okay, but I do feel like I have a little bit of a unique lens, I see things uniquely. I'm able to do things differently. So what I really had to come to was what I really believe I'm doing is I'm helping people shift their energy, whether they're learning stuff about relationships and how they put boundaries around their energy, they're putting, so I had to come more from, and I learned, a lot about quantum mechanics. I ended up taking all the Reiki classes you could ever take and becoming, energy master, whatever, I've now studied years, I don't know what year, 8 years of Ericksonian hypnosis, which really dives into the subconscious. And so shifting things from a perhaps soul level, if you will. But, there's that thought of the subconscious kind of being the soul. So I had to make peace with that, of really understanding that for me, and I don't advertise that, most people don't want to know all that, but they'll sense this is different than therapy I've done before or whatever. So yeah, I think I had to redefine it for myself.